Yo, this your boy, the real McCoy coming at you. Y'all already know what it is, man. Talking about my Dallas Cowboys, man. We coming off the big win, big game, you know what I mean, up in Philly against them Eagles. Sunday night football, man. I'm pumped up, man. I had on my gear today. Yeah, I usually just wear the hat, man. I got on my shirt, long sleeve shirt. I thought about even wearing my sweatshirt, but that's in my closet, man. But good win, man. I knew it was gonna be a tough win because out of all the teams in the league, the Eagles are like the toughest matchup for us because of speed, even more so than Peyton Manning and the Broncos, Patriots, you know what I mean, with Tom Brady. We already beat the Seahawks up in Seattle. Drew Brees and the Saints, we beat them. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, and all those other teams and all those other quarterbacks, the Eagles, you know what I mean, were a tough matchup for us because of their speed. That's just sometimes it's just that simple. And the one thing that the Cowboys lack overall, offense and defense, is speed. You don't have a lot of straight line speed athletes on our team, you know what I mean? And I kind of figured that's why I thought it was going to be tough, you know what I mean? We jumped out early to the 21-0 start, man. The opening kickoff, Huff, I can't remember his first name, that the Cowboys kicked the ball off, and I was kind of nervous on that because on Thanksgiving, everybody know that the Eagles beat us down on Thanksgiving in Dallas, 33-10. And like I said before, it could have been easily 53-10. You know what I mean? Well, opening kickoff, we kicked it shallow. You know what I mean? And for whatever reason, the kick returner decided to let it bounce. I mean, like, it's not a punt. You know, that's a live ball. You know, I don't know. Maybe he thought it was a punt. Some type of out of miscommunication. I don't know. Well, we jumped on it, and when it got a touchdown right off that, and that kind of got us the momentum started in our favor. Because on Thanksgiving, the opening drive, they went 80 yards in like 6 or 7 plays, and it just seemed like it was just over immediately. You know what I mean? They just went up and down the field. We couldn't stop at all. You know, and this time we got the opening kickoff, and well, they kicked it off, and they muffed it or some type of miscommunication. I don't know what it was, but hey, we'll take it. You know what I'm saying? We'll take it. Went up 7-0, 14-0, boom, 21-0, just like that. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at my preview video, I was saying that we have to establish the offensive line, and our running game has to establish the line of scrimmage. Now, DeMarco didn't have a big game. I think he had 81 yards off like 31 carries. You know what I mean? He was under 3 yards per carry. You know what I mean? Nowhere near his average. But he had 2 touchdowns, you know. But I knew from the Thanksgiving Day game that our offense and offensive line was way better than that. We were way better than that. I knew that. And that's why I had been saying since Thanksgiving night, the game is going to be different. Next time we play Philly in Philly, it's going to be different. Didn't know if it was going to be a win, which it was. Yes, sir. I just knew it was going to be different because our offensive line and our offense we were better than that. We were way better than that. The short week against the Giants on Sunday Night Football, turned right around, played the Eagles on Thanksgiving, a day game. So I was like, we're going to be better. We established the offensive line. We controlled Fletcher Cox somewhat. He made some plays. Fletcher Cox is balling. I mean, the Eagles might need to do what the Detroit Lions were trying to do. Build their defense around the defensive line. Start with Fletcher Cox, Vinny Curry, guys like that, man, and build off that, man. I mean, it was better, but it wasn't dominant. I mean, the Eagles' defense, their pass rush, defensive line made plays, man. Those guys are fast and just flying around the field. And Fletcher Cox is a monster, man. Absolute monster. Fletcher Cox is a monster. And you know what I mean? So we controlled him somewhat. You know, he made plays, no doubt. But I'm just pumped up, man. I'm trying to talk about the game itself. You know what I mean? I'm just pumped up, yelling and screaming at the TV, things like that. We jumped up to the 21-0 lead. I was like, it's not over. You know what I mean? It's too early. I believe it was 21-0 first quarter, or at least early second. And then, you know, things kind of turned around for, you know what, they've been on a 24. They scored 24 unanswered points. And just like that, boom, we're down 24-21. I was like, oh, man, here we go again. Here we go again. And one of the reasons why they got back there was the Romo, the only turnover we had. Because both of these teams, Cowboys and Eagles, throughout the season, the Eagles are the worst team in the NFL as far as turning the ball. They have the most. I believe they came into the game with 30. And they had 4 tonight. 2 picks, 2 fumbles, you know. And the one turnover we had, I believe it was just one, was Tony Romo had all day to throw. All day to throw. Couldn't get nobody open. And I thought that we would probably struggle at getting separation because the Eagles they just have so much speed, man. Corners, linebackers. I mean, everybody's just fast. And we don't have the straight. Like, Dez Bryant is a monster. He balled out tonight. 6 catches, 114 yards. First career 3 touchdown game. Pay that man, Jerry. Pay that man. Pay that man, Jerry Jones. If you Dez balled out, but as good as Dez is, the greatest of players he is, he doesn't have the best straight line speed. You know what I'm saying? I think he ran like a 4.5. He came out in his combine, his workouts. That's average in NFL standards. You're average. You know what I mean? What separates Dez is his physicality, his physical nature to go up and get the ball. Terrence Williams has the better straight line speed, but he doesn't run crisper routes than Dez. You know what I mean? He doesn't have the upper body strength. You know what I mean? To force himself to get open. You know what I mean? Things like that. Not Dez. Jason Witten was huge, man. He had no catches on Thanksgiving Day. I knew that would change, but I thought he may struggle because guys like Michael Kendricks, Connor Barwin, and Clay Matthews, his little brother Casey Matthews. I thought that, you know, because Witten is not the most fast, athletic tight end in the league, you know what I mean? So he may struggle a little bit getting separation with Michael Jenkins, a safety covering him manned up. But he made plays, man. He moved the chains 4 or 5 times with a few catches, moving the chains, clutch third down catches, man. And, I mean, surprised me, you know what I mean? But, I mean, the Eagles' game plan, they had a good game. Their game plan was, we're going to do a lot of cover one, not so much a lot of cover one, or we're going to play man coverage, going to put 7, 8, 9 guys in the box, and we're going to make Tony Romo and your receivers get open and beat us. That's a good game plan. Because history says, I even said it on my preview video, I don't have the utmost confidence if the game is in Tony Romo's hands. I was like, man, I don't know about that. But he made plays, man. He made some plays, man. His arm, like I say, his arm strength is definitely on the decline. But Dez balled out though. You know what I mean? Dez played out his mind tonight, man. And yeah, man, I'm just pumped up, man. I'm trying to just sit here and just think about the game, man. I'm yelling and screaming at the TV. I'm so hyped up. I was trying to calm myself and talk about the actual game. I know they showed the stat that, you know, DeMarco and Dez are basically 62% of our offense. You know what I mean? And I was sitting there thinking, I mean, that right there is the reason why I hope Jerry Jones pay these guys, DeMarco and Dez. Pay them, man. Pay that man. Pay both of them. You know what I mean? I said, DeMarco had 2 touchdowns, you know, but he didn't have, you know, he had 81 rushing yards, but off 31 carries. You know what I mean? So he didn't have the amazing game, but he did enough. That's all I was saying. Just establish. You know what I mean? Just establish the run. I knew he wasn't going to put up the numbers he did against the Bears. The Eagles defense is too good, too fast for that. I knew that. And because of Fletcher Cox. Too fast for that. But just establish it. Make an 8-yard run here. A 7-yard run here. On the 3rd and 1. Get that key first down and move the chains. Just things like that. And that's basically what happened. You know what I mean? Had a one good 21-yard run. Just get those key little runs that we need. That's what I call establishing the run. Just so you can keep the defense honest. You can't just sit back and play coverage or whatever you want to do. No, we're gonna chip away. That 81 yards, you know, I take that in the league. You try, you established it somewhat. You know what I mean? What truly surprised me was the sacks, man. I've been saying it the last couple of weeks, man. The lack of pass rush that we have. It's no secret. I mean, we were almost last in the league. I mean, one of the worst teams in the league in sacks. I mean, when the Eagles lead the league, I think like 48 coming into the game. I think they had 2 to run, so they're right around 50. The Cowboys, we only had 19 all year. 19 sacks. I think Connor Barron has like 16 and a half by himself for the Eagles. We only had 19 as a team. I think we got 4 tonight. I'm like, whoa, okay. I definitely wasn't expecting that. And mainly a lot of that was because our coverage, man. Our secondary was on point. You know what I mean? And we did what I was hoping Rob Marinelli would do. We played man. Play man coverage so the windows are tighter and make Mark Sanchez make accurate throws and decisions. He did somewhat, especially when they scored those 24 unanswered points. He did somewhat, but for the most part, that's not who Mark Sanchez is. He's not going to just drop back, read the defense, and just slice you up. You know what I mean? That's not. Even in the Thanksgiving game, we played a lot of zone. You know what I mean? But we manned up we on the outside, and we made Mark Sanchez throw into tight windows. And it led to sacks, interceptions, you know what I mean, guys like that, turnovers. The Eagles are horrible this year, turning the ball over, you know what I mean. And the Cowboys ain't that good either, the best, but yeah, I'm pumped up, man. I'm excited to be 10-4. I definitely see us going 12-4, but I'm gonna probably make another video this Thursday, and I'm gonna look back, you know what I mean, on this game and preview the next game against the Colts. This Sunday against Andrew Luck and the Colts. They're 10-4. We're 10-4. We're the number 3 seed currently in the NFC right now. Still have potential at the number 1 seed. We still potentially have a shot at the number 1 seed. You know what I mean? Especially if we beat the Colts and the Cardinals go in and the Cardinals and the Seahawks, depending on how that goes, things like that. We have a shot. You know what I mean? I definitely see us being 1, 2, or 3. I personally believe we're going to be the number 2 seed. You know what I mean? Somewhere in there. Hey, as a Cowboys fan, we're not going to go 8-8. Just get into the playoffs. Just get into the playoffs, man. You know what I mean? Just get into the playoffs. Hey, anything can happen because the brand of football that we play, we're built for playoff football, no doubt. You know what I mean? But good win, good game, man. Good win. Even though we did give up the 27 points and the 24 unanswered points, defense played solid. I mean, we give up 33 at home. Could have been 53. And we give up 27 on the road. I mean, speaking of the road, 7-0 on the road, still undefeated on the road. That's why I was hearing some Cowboys fans were saying they would rather be a wild card and play on the road than win the division and play at home. It's an interesting thought, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, me personally, I still want to win the division. That guarantees you a playoff spot no matter what. Especially like look at the NFC South. They got 5 wins and they're going to get a playoff game. So that guarantees you a home playoff win. Home playoff game, not a win. Home playoff game. And, hopefully feed off your home team fans. You know what I mean? So, but great win, man. Great win. When the Eagles went on that 24-0, 24-0, 24, when they scored 24 unanswered points, I was thinking, man, we're not going to revert back to being the old Cowboys because the old Cowboys, 2010 through 2013 last year, we would have folded. You know what I mean? We would have panicked and Romo would have threw a pick, or we would have went pass happy and just start throwing the ball. Romo would have threw 2 picks. We would have had a fumble. It would have been defensive pass interference. It would have been holding, false start, just anything, just any kind of way to find a way to lose. But like I said before, this particular team here, we're mentally tough. Dez been saying it all year. Dez been saying it since training camp. Romo saying it, Witt saying it, Jason Garrett. We're mentally tough for this year. We're mentally tough. We believe no matter what, we keep competing, keep fighting, and we're going to win. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to beat ourselves, find ways to lose. We're going to execute. The team's got to beat us. You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, it shows. I mean, it's one of those things that you can't really measure. It's not going to be in the stat sheet. But if you're a sports fan, you know what I'm talking about. Just a mentally tough team. Just keep fighting no matter what. Keep fighting and keep executing and keep believing. You know what I mean? The other teams in the past, we just didn't have that. We have that this time, man. And I don't know if I said this in any of my previous videos. I thought we may have struggled a little bit in the passing game because, like I said, the Eagles have a lot of speed. We don't have a lot of speed. You know what I mean? Straight line speed on both sides of the ball. But the one weakness the Eagles have is Brandon Fletcher, number 24, their corner. You know what I mean? I know the first half, their number one corner, Kerry Williams, he struggled with a lot of penalties, man. I think he had 2 or 3 penalties that extended drives that led to touchdowns. You know what I mean? Second half, he buckled down. You know what I mean? And but Dez ate Brandon Fletcher alive, man. Number 24, ate him up. Just ate him up. It was just a complete mismatch. Because I said in my previous video leading up to this game, I was like, on Thanksgiving, Dez and Terrence Williams and Witt, they didn't win the one-on-one battles. I say that's going to be key because because like I said before, Chip Kelly is not the type to make adjustments. That's not who he is. He does what he does. He runs what his run. Where he runs, he calls the plays that he want to call, and that's it. He don't make no adjustments. He just does what he does. So I was like, he's going to come out, and our receivers, we're going to have to beat one-on-one coverage. And Romo's going to have to make, because in man coverage, usually that means the passing windows are smaller, tighter, things like that. And I was like, we're going to have to beat man coverage. And we did. Well, Dez did. He did that this time. But Terrence Williams is still working on running more precise routes and beating man coverage again, open, things like that. But that's what Dez do. You know what I mean? He goes up for the ball strong. I mean, Dez just balled out, man. 3 touchdowns. They say he's got 38 touchdowns now since 2012. That's the most in the league. Pay that man, Jerry. Pay that man. You know what I mean? It's a great win, man. The one thing that I did like that I knew we could do because of what Seattle did last week was a TOP, man, time of possession. I believe the Eagles only had the ball like 18, 19 minutes. And the Cowboys had the ball over 41, 42 minutes, something like that. We dominated time of possession. And now the Eagles, I mean, their brand of football, they really don't care about time of possession. They just try to run plays fast, things like that. But if you're giving up points on the way of running those plays, that it puts a lot of pressure on your offense where in those short little plays, you got to score or you're going to be down. You know what I mean? So, but when your defense is giving up 38 points like the Eagles did tonight, man, it's tough because you don't have the quarterback, Mark Sanchez, that's going to throw the team back to victory. That's not who he is. You know what I mean? It showed now with sacks and interceptions, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I knew we could win the time of possession battle, no doubt, you know what I mean? But, man, anyway, man, I'm pumped up. I'm excited, man. We 10-4. We looking good. I truly believe we can go 12-4, man. I really do. We match up very well against the Colts. But I'm going to make a video on that later. Great win. Defense played solid. You know what I'm saying? Special teams was solid. The running game, I knew it was going to be tough to run on these guys. We did enough. We did enough. I think the team had right around, maybe that's a little bit over 100 yards rushing. That's what I said. Have about 100 yards rushing around it just to establish ourselves so we know we're not one-dimensional. You know what I mean? The receivers beat man-to-man coverage, which I said they would have to do. You know what I mean? We established we controlled Fletcher Cox somewhat, even though he made play. Fletcher Cox is a stud, man. The boy's a stud, no doubt. You know what I mean? He made plays. I knew it was going to be tough to slow him down. You know what I mean? The defensive line is on point, man. They should build around that. But anyway, we're 10-4, man. Control our own destiny. Have a chance to win a division now. You know what I mean? Colts at home. Redskins on the road, week 17. Depending on what the Seahawks and the Cardinals do. Green Bay and the Lions. And the Lions, they play week 17 for that division probably. It's going to be tough, man. Just keep our head, keep it rolling. Don't get too up about the win. You know what I mean? Which I was pumped up during the game. I'm excited, man. I was nervous. This is the one team that, like, man, we just got the speed factor. Just that simple. Sometimes football can be that simple. The speed factor made this a tough matchup for us. On paper, at least. the speed. You know what I mean? But the guys came out, man. They executed. Game face was on. You know what I mean? The mental toughness that we have, 7-0 on the road. You know what I mean? Looking good, man. I'm pumped up, man. I'm pumped up, man. It was a good win, good dominant win. I mean, we jumped up 21-0. Even when they took that 24-21 lead, when they scored 24 unanswered, we came right back down the field and scored a touchdown. Mental toughness, man. That was impressive. We went back up. I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna win this game, no doubt. I was excited. We were winning 21-0, but I was like, no, it's still early. It's still early, and sure enough, they scored 24 unanswered. You know what I mean? Pumped up, man. I was excited with the pressure. I mean, we got 4 sacks, man. Incredible. I mean, we only had 19 sacks through what? 13 games? That's not good, you know what I mean? Then we get 4 tonight. I mean, that's why you got to play any given Sunday. Anything could happen. You know, we got 4 sacks. I knew we would get at least 1 or 2 turnovers. That's what the Eagles do. They turn the ball over. You know what I mean? They lead the league. I think like 34 now. You know what I mean? They lead the league in that category. And you know what I mean? So I knew we would get a turnover. But right now, man, we're looking good, man. We are looking good. I mean, we're not the same old. I've been saying in the last couple of videos, we're not the same old Cowboys as far as the mental toughness, crumbling, the debacles we used to have, giving up leads. We're not that team. Not that team anymore. Our defense isn't great. We get those key force turnovers, things like that. We'll make a play here and there. You know, we're not going to shut anybody down. But I don't think not even Aaron, if we had to play Aaron Rodgers in the play, I don't think he's going to light us up with 40, 50. I don't think we're solid. We're okay. We're okay. You know what I mean? I'll take okay. You know what I mean? But good win, man. Good win on my boys, man. We're looking good. We 10-4. I said in my previous video, if you win these final 3 games at the Eagles, which you just got the W, the Colts at home next week, which I think that's a good matchup for us. That's a good matchup, but I'm going to make a video on that this Thursday. And the Redskins on the road, week 17. I was like, hey, man, we got a chance to win it all this year, man. No doubt. No doubt, man. No doubt. And I'm not just saying that, you know, as a biased Cowboys fan. And it's not, you know, me talking emotionally because we just, you know, a big win on the road for the division. No, I'm for real, man. And we can do that. We can win these final 2 games, man. No doubt, man. No doubt, man. Anyway, this video getting kind of long, man. Big win by my Cowboys, man. How about the Cowboys, man? We 10-4. We look good. We've got a team that's built like the Cowboys teams from the 90s, who a lot of people say was a dominant team. You know what I'm saying? 7-0 on the road. We got 4 sacks tonight. And I always thought our pass rush was weak. You know what I mean? Rolando McClain, he played well. Because on the Thanksgiving game, I was kind of hard on him. I was like, man, this is a bad matchup for him, man. This is a bad matchup. He played very well. I did hear on Thanksgiving he was a little banged up. Maybe that's what it was. On Thanksgiving, man, he just looked like he was totally outclassed against the Eagles, man. He played well, solid tonight. Solid. Brandon Carr played okay. I'm definitely not the biggest Brandon Carr fan. You know, he played okay. You know what I mean? He got a couple of those sacks. Brandon Carr was playing some pretty good coverage. You know what I mean? So, and most of those sacks were coverage sacks. And our secondary is not. You know, we're not LOB. We're not gonna get a lot of coverage sacks. You know what I'm saying? So that surprised me more than anything else. So giving it 27 points, that's about what I thought we would give up. You know what I mean? I was thinking 30 plus. You know what I mean? So 27 is good. But anyway, I'm happy for my boys, man. We look good. We look good, man. Let's keep it rolling. Let's win this division. You know what I'm saying? Let's maybe get that 1 or 2. It's right there in the mix. It's right there in the mix, man. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking more like 2 or 3 seed right now. We're number 3 seed in the NFC behind Detroit and Arizona, still number 1. You know what I mean? So I mean, we're looking good, man. Looking good. How about them Cowboys? You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, leave a comment, check out my playlist, share the video, all that good stuff, man. Cowboys fans, hit me up and leave a comment. I love talking to Cowboys fans, NFL fans. Let me know what you guys think. How far you see this team going? You know what I mean? Talk about the Colts game next week. All that good stuff, man. You know what I mean? This your boy, the Real McCoy, man. I'm pumped up, man. How about them Cowboys, man? I'm out, man. Peace.